Welcome back for match 3. This is Old Man Poole. We have a pretty close hand here. We do need to find blue pretty quickly. If we do, we have Silvergill Adept and Sworn Guardian, which is just a absolutely fantastic start. I think that this... I was going to say, I think this deck is good enough that maybe we should just mulligan, because we're going to lose some number of games where we just don't get to play anything here. But it's pretty borderline. We have a higher number of islands in our deck than forests. We get 3 draws, I guess 2 draws. Try and find one. I think I am going to keep... It's pretty greedy. But I'm usually pretty greedy when it comes to mulligans, right? It never burns me. Gotta get that island. Perfect, see? Who am I kidding? Alright, Snubhorn Sentry. Not a particularly fantastic card in my experience. I think it does get the job done if you need to be defensive, but... Queens-based Soldier. Alright, we've got that 1-drop, 2-drop curve out. Alright, let's play Silvergill Adept here. And we actually have a Thrashing Brontodon next turn, which is nice too. We will reveal our Sworn Guardian. Draw our free card, and man, we feel like we're doing it already. This card is so good. So good. If he swings in with the Queensbane Soldier, well, definitely block. If it eats a removal or a combat trick, I'm perfectly fine with that, especially because it makes him a little bit less likely to have a follow-up that only costs 2 mana. Yep, fine by me. We do have some innate Merfolk synergies, but not tons. And it looks like my opponent's maybe trying to be aggressive. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Ooh, no second land drop. It's hard to know that initially, but actually it may have worked out better for us if we didn't block, and then he may not have had a follow-up anyway. But hard to know, and we kind of have to get out of his hand at some point. And it's nice that he didn't get to blow out our Thrashing Brontodon. So if he swings again this turn, I'm not going to block. I will just, or I'm not going to block because we can keep up Expel for Rosca next turn. And then this really blows out my opponent if he does have another combat trick. Sky Marcher. Fine by me. Okay, no attack means probably no combat trick, or at least no +2/+2 combat trick. Let's play our Sworn Guardian. Attack with our Thrashing Brontodon, and then we have River Herald's Boon. If my opponent tries to... he probably's not going to go for a block anyway, but we've got it if we want it. Opponent goes down to 19, and let's pass the turn back. So if he keeps back the Sky Marcher, he could swing with the Queensbase Soldier. Do we allow that, or do we expel that? Looks like we don't have to make that decision. Arterial Flow. Ugh. That's miserable. I kind of think we just pitch our 2 lands. It puts Strength of the Pack a long way off. But this is a nice insurance card if we do draw a bunch more lands. And if not, like, I think that having the 5th land isn't going to matter a whole lot anyway. Ugh. That Arterial Floor was not as bad as it is sometimes, too, but it still felt pretty good. Alright. We'll take our hit from the Sky Marcher. Seafloor Oracle is pretty good. Let's go ahead and swing with our Brontodon. And then we've got River Herald's Boon and Expel for Rosca to potentially let one of our Merfolk hit my opponent the next turn. And if we connect with the Merfolk, the Oracle's quite good. Opponent's still potentially tight on lands. No. Well, I was going to say we'd avoid an Impale if we play it now. Potentially get some in value beforehand. But he may just have the removal spell too. I think if he's got it, he uses it. Okay. Sanguine Glorifier. Not a bad one. Interesting. I kind of like playing on the Sky Marcher, but I guess this is a little bit more aggressive, potentially. This lets him get in for 4 damage. I don't really love our blocks. No attacks. Donna's Climb. So we could play this right now. We could try and get in with one of our creatures. Don't think it's real likely, even with River Herald's Boon. Like, we swing... I guess River Herald's Boon plus Expel from Mrazka. How do we get really blown out by that? Like, double blocks... Doesn't seem all that great. I kind of like getting the Climb into play. It's not quite as mana efficient. But on the other hand, Expel from Mrazka is not getting us maximum value at this point either. So if I swing here, if I'm my opponent, I probably double block this. In which case, if we get to River Herald's Boon, then for a couple of extra points, kill off the Glorifier. Seafloor Oracle's kind of big. Next turn we can play Adonis Climb, continue getting in. I guess that would mean this would be like a 3-5 the following turn. And potentially able to swing pretty well. My opponent's also close to Ascend, so it might be worth forcing the issue. I think we might just go for it here. If I'm my opponent, I'm definitely doing the He went into the tank for a long time. If he triple blocks, are we sad about that? Ooh, okay. So I did do as expected. So let's put the Glorifier first. Bounce the Queen's Bay Soldier. Okay, assign blocking order by drawing creatures. Yep. Good. We will play River Herald's Boon. I think I'd rather have a larger Sworn Guardian. And then Expel from Mrazka to return that to his hand. A sweet little bit of value. And this is a very strong tempo play this turn as well. One goes down to 15, but he's not got much in hand. I guess he's got 4 cards. One of which is the Queen's Bay Soldier. Looks like he's probably just replaying here. Legion Lieutenant. Okay, that's a good one. A very dangerous card. Happy with that. Because that means I'm more likely to have a nice and successful attack this next turn. Okay, Shapers of Nature is not bad either. So we play Hedonna's Climb. We swing with the Sworn Guardian and the Brontodon. If he double blocks, we get a trade for the Legion Lieutenant, which I think is not too bad. I guess if we play Adonis Climb, we could put it on the Seafloor Oracle as well and still swing. No, because then he just can just block like that. It doesn't feel too bad. Alright. I think it is better than Shapers of Nature to get this out at this point. And my opponent's still one off of Ascend, which is kind of nice to keep my opponent from getting to, too. Because the Snubhorn turns into a real card. So let's put down the Sworn Guardian. And we'll attack with those two. Not going to get in with the Oracle. I think that's one of the few cards I'm not willing to trade for the Legion Lieutenant. So my opponent's either chump blocks or gives up his Lieutenant for the Sworn Guardian. Or lets us draw a card. None of those seem super, super great. Okay, just going to chump block with a Sentry. Seems alright with me. One goes down to 12. And we'll pass back. So he could hit us for a fair amount here. Let's see. This puts counters on... Ooh, Legion Conquistador. So this will put a counter on and then flip it immediately. So we could pump kind of immediately as well and get in for some damage. This Legion Lieutenant is a problem. If this flips, it also just adds mana of any color. So we could also cast Strength in the pack. Oh, that's the beginning of combat, so that's a little bit late. Alright, Legion Conquistadors mucking up the ground is not great for us. No attacks, though. Not even with the Sky Marcher. It's interesting. Guess he fears the Climb. Does one with the wind change anything? We can always use Hedonna's Climb. I guess it always costs 4. So I think we're probably just going to use it for the buff. My opponent has obviously not had removal, in which case maybe just putting it on the one with the wind on our seafloor oracle's best, but I guess is he more likely to draw a combat trick or removal? We play this, swing, flip our climb, this gets in for 6 damage. It's pretty big. And we still have seafloor oracle, we play Shapers of Nature, survive a turn. Yeah. I think we do want to flip it too, just because the climb then makes both the Thrashing Brontodon or the Seafloor Oracle lethal the following turn. And I guess that's true, we really want to be able to play Shapers of Nature as well. I guess he's just going to chump block potentially. Maybe we don't want to flip it quite yet. No, we do, because we want to play Shapers. Alright. That's true. He's probably going to chump block, though. I'd kind of forgotten he had a flyer. I think this is still a fine play, though. We have a bunch of 3/4s against a bunch of 3/3s. And this guy is still big. Play our Shapers of Nature. And pass back. If we find another land, we can also strengthen the pack, which will be kind of disgusting. Let's see, this doesn't have lethal. No, it does, actually. Because we could pump up, like, the Thrashing Brontodon or something. So he has to kill something as well this turn. I think we're in a pretty good spot. I think it'll be hard for us to lose. I keep feeling like this is like a... What's the card? Kessig Wolf Run, but it's just the creature's power. So it's always 4 mana counting this, and it just doubles the power. Okay, well, sweet. Managed to get there from game 1. Got to use both of our rares, which we hadn't really seen up until now, so that's cool. We're playing against black-white vampires. Plummet probably has its place in this deck. We only saw the 1 flyer, but again, he's probably likely to have more. Sea Legs, not particularly good. Problem is I still don't ever really know what I want to cut. Like, maybe one of the Mistcloaked Heralds, but I liked having creature count high too, and I think those will do good work. We haven't drawn them actually all that much for as many as we have in the deck, but I've not been disappointed with them so far. Yeah, I guess we'll just keep up the no sideboarding plan. Okay, this hand's really good. Let's go ahead and keep. We've got Mistcloaked Herald, into Silvergill Adept, into Mistbinder, hopefully with Dive Down. We'd have to find Island for that, but that dream is pretty good. Yeah, if we can keep the Mistbinder alive, like I said, if we draw an Island, I'm not sure there's a way we lose this game, honestly. Yeah, Legion Lieutenant. Good start, though. Nice. Alright. So we play Silvergill, reveal the Mistcloaked Herald, draw our free card, get in for 1 point. Ooh, Hedon's Climb. Showing up at the end of the match series for a couple of sweet games. Alright, Legion Lieutenant is obviously a real big threat. My opponent could go pretty big, pretty fast, but pretty quickly we're going to be getting in for 4 damage a turn off our Mistcloaked Heralds. Means he probably has a combat trick. Do we want to force him to use up his mana this turn? He's Dive Down at a later date. I don't think I care that much about the Adept, though. Alright, rest in peace. If he has Skullduggery, it's a real blowout. Yeah. But if that's the only thing you can do this turn, that's pretty good for us, yeah. Ooh, we have a 1 with the wind as well. So, Merfolk Mistbinder actually isn't real likely to get in there for a couple of turns, so we could actually just play Hedon's Climb. It's not all that different for the Mistcloaked Herald. And then if we draw a land the following turn, we could play Binder and Herald. I think that is close. This gives more advantage the longer it's out on the battlefield, though. I think that's sounds kind of sweet. always yield to this. Oop. And we'll go ahead and attack with our Mistcloaked Herald. Take my opponent down to 19. And see what he's cooking up for his turn 4. Ixalan's Binding. Probably Rip to the Climb, I'd imagine. Oh no. Alright. Well, we're definitely going to keep playing creatures. I think if I was my opponent, I would have gotten rid of the enchantment there. Land's great. Although, unfortunately, we can't keep up Dive Down. I guess let's play the Herald and the Thrashing Brontodon with that in mind, then. If Magic Online will allow it. There we go. It just wanted me to play the Brontodon first, I suppose. Oh, I see, because it's got Ixalan's Binding. That's why it won't let me play it. That makes sense. So I guess we could use the Brontodon to blow that up. I think having a big Brontodon's pretty good, too. Oh yeah, okay. Alright. Ixalan's Binding kind of got us. Opponent didn't know it would get us, but it still kind of got us. On the other hand, we get to the point pretty quick where the Thrashing Brontodon, one with the Wind Dive Down combo, just kills my opponent kind of against anything anyway. Sanguine Glorifier. Yeah, that put a lot of power onto the battlefield. That was an extra 5 points. So, do we just want to go for it? We play 1 with the Wind. This goes up to 7 damage. We crash. Alternatively, what? Jungleborn Pioneer? Doesn't seem particularly good. We take 7 in return, though. It's also not particularly mana efficient. We are kind of tight on mana. I guess we could swing with both of these. I'm okay trading this for the Lieutenant, probably. So he probably doesn't block anyway. In which case, maybe the Pioneer's better. Alright, let's go ahead and swing with our Brontodon. If we want to, we can keep it alive with Dive Down too, though I don't think we would. Okay. Play our Jungleborn Pioneer. Actually, we maybe should have played that first, because then the Pioneer could have blocked use Lieutenant more effectively. Yeah, and actually having this a little bit smaller wouldn't have mattered too much, I don't think. That was probably a mistake. Ooh. Well, Squire's Devotion is a dangerous, dangerous card. I think I might actually just have to blow that up. Yeah, we don't have a whole lot of good answers for it. That's going to be a huge life gain swing. That's good for my opponent. He makes a 1/1 and kills our best creature. I think we have to, though. There's just not a whole lot we can do against a repeated life-linking attacker. Okay. Down to 14 here. Ooh, Seafloor Oracle's good. We can't play the Mistbinder 1 with the Wind, though. Get in for a good chunk. That might be better. Yeah, because if we play the Oracle, we don't really have great attacks. Okay. Play that. Play that. Go to attacks. We'll pump up this Merfolk. We're going to go ahead and swing. I don't think we want to use this. I don't think we want to trade damage when we've got such a good aggressive card. I think we can play defensive with everything and just use this as our inevitability. Last Climb seems pretty good. I don't think it's broken. It's kind of slow, but it is powerful. Okay. Well, I guess now is the time. Dive Down or Seafloor Oracle? I guess Seafloor Oracle's probably better. He hasn't had removal. He's out of cards. The Oracle draws us more cards. Alright, rest in peace, Dive Down. You looked good in my hand an awful lot through these series, but I haven't gotten to play you very much. So the Sanguine Glorifier is pretty much a free attack. Yeah. We got a 12. I guess we could have pumped the Pioneer for that reason. Okay, let's play our Seafloor Oracle. We'll swing with the Jungleborn Pioneer. and this Merfolk. We'll put our counter where? I guess we could put on the Mistbinder and swing. That would force a trade. That's maybe a little bit safer for us. Kind of like that, actually. So it trades one lieutenant for another. We're going to get to draw a couple of cards here, too. But it'll shrink his whole team. And I actually think that even though we've got a larger squad, his lieutenant's doing more work for him than our Mistbinder is. Okay. We get to draw a couple cards. Spell for Moroska's pretty good. Can't play it just yet, but... And now my opponent has to have like a big flyer to interact with the Merfolk. Alright, cool. Man, we're having a string of these 3-0s. I'm feeling pretty good about that. This deck did seem absurd, though. I said it kind of at the beginning of the draft that I thought this could go 3-0, and it definitely did not disappoint. Mistbinder was good. Really was impressed with Hadana's Climb in our last deck. 2 Silvergill Adepts, 1 with the Wind, continues to just be a stupidly good card. It was great with the hexproof creatures from Jungleborn Pioneer, and we even got on the Jade Guardian. Got to relive the old Ixalan dream one more time. Seafloor Oracle seemed fine when we drew it. Maybe not like... Kind of like Hadana's Climb. I don't think it's busted or anything, but it was good. If your opponent didn't have removal, it was hard to deal with. Yeah, Mistcloaked Heralds also seemed powerful with as many +1/+1 counters as we threw around. I really wasn't disappointed with pretty much any aspect of the deck. I mean, I wanted to play Merfolk, and I think we were probably the only drafter at the table, which helps too. Like, I don't think it's very often that you're going to get a Merfolk deck quite this cleanly, but it felt good. It was super fun to play too. Definitely a little bit of a different deck from the multitude of green-red dinosaur decks I've been playing. But in any case, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys. I really appreciate the support I've been getting on my videos lately. I'm getting a lot of comments, which is great. It's great to interact with you guys. So keep it coming. I'll keep putting out content. I'll see you guys next time.